Thank you for joining us for this first episode in the Year of Early Childhood Development series. I am just so excited about this one. Well, I'm always excited. But thank you so much for joining us. For those who are tuning in from Facebook or YouTube, whether you're joining us live or you're watching the replay, as always, it is a pleasure to have you joining us each week as we continue to educate and empower. I want to say, even though it was shared earlier, special thanks to Tate's Pharmacy, that's right there in the heart of Maven Clarendon, for endorsing this series. And thanks also to the program's partners, Cousins Construction Services Limited, Sha-Gore Aggregates Limited, and National Self-Serve Wholesale, all in Clarendon. Thank you so much for partnering to make the Serenity Resource Connector a reality. And I am super excited because this month was celebrated or is being celebrated as Play Month at the Early Childhood Commission. And that's what we're going to be talking about and seeing on this episode. And before we go any further, I trust that you are seeing and hearing me clearly, having some technical challenges. So if you see me frozen for a little while, just continue to pray for the connection as we intend to move forward. Having some technical challenges on this side, but we are going to go on nonetheless. All right, Sophia team is in the house already. And so let me invite on the team that's here with me in the virtual studio. Great evening. Awesome. All right. Thanks for joining, Sir T. Sophia said loud and clear. Amazing. All right, so I'm going to invite on screen with me Miss Shawnette Grant, the Community Relations Officer there at the Early Childhood Commission. We also have Lorianne Robotham, Training Officer. Beautiful ladies, welcome to the Serenity Resource Connector virtual space. Okay, go ahead and say hello. See your team cheering you on.
Good night, everyone.
Evening. Your team's cheering you on. Awesome. All right. So before we get the conversation started here, let's see some highlights from what happened on Play Day. Play Day was February 2nd. And I've been seeing some excitement rolling out in the social space. But let's see what the ECC team pulled together for this program.
Of the brain and mind of a little child. We have to make sure good nutrition is a must. Stimulation is another plus. Find the time to read and sing to them. Make sure the kids come first. And not because it seems they don't have no cares. We must protect their eyes and ears. Abuse and violence can affect them for years and years.
Today's children will become tomorrow's citizens. If we fail to give them the proper foundation to healthy and productive lives, our future will be. Remember, the first 1,000 days of a child's life matter. Ensure they receive love, protection, stimulation, and nutrition.
That was a message from the Early Childhood Commission. Following is a message from the Early Childhood Commission.
Did you know that the first 1,000 days of life is the most important time to the development of the brain and mind of a little child? We have to make sure good nutrition is a must. Stimulation is another plus. Find the time to read and sing to them. Make sure the kids come first. And not because it seems they don't have no peers. We must protect their eyes and ears. Abuse and violence can affect them for years and years.
Today's children will become tomorrow's citizens. fail to give them the proper foundation to healthy and productive lives, our future. The first 1,000 days of a child's life matter. Ensure they receive love, protection, stimulation, and nutrition.
That was a message from the Early Childhood Commission. The following is a message from the
Is another plus. Find the time to read and sing to them.
All
Make sure
right.
the kids come first and not be.
I trust you got the essence of all that excitement. There was hopscotch going on. There was what you had again, Chinese skip going on, and the 1, 2, 3 red light. When I saw that, I was just like, I could feel the excitement from over here. If I was in the space, I'd probably have to be placed on time out. It's just so exciting to see those games, and especially in this time when we have been so many challenges, and to see the children just laughing, and the children at heart out there playing the 1, 2, 3 red light. I trust that you're feeling the love and the warmth, and I trust that you're able to hear some of what was going on in the video in terms of the message, that first 1,000 days of the child's life, how important that is. All right, so let's get the ECC team in so we can start the conversation. And we're going to start with our parents. So let's start with the conversation. Jeanette,
All
let's hear
right,
from
thanks.
you. Let me get.
All right, thanks again
All
for
right,
having me.
Jeanette, go ahead and share with us what are the plans for parents and families for Play Month?
All right, so as you said, February is Play Month, and we all know that play matters. And also, 2022 is being commemorated as the year of early childhood. So when you hear the play and the year of early childhood coming together, wonderful excitement. And the community relations department, as it states, we relate to the community as it is our mandate to promote better parenting. So when it comes down to play, we have to get our parents involved, because without them, the play can't be more exciting. And of course, when they put the children in it, even greater fun and excitement. So what we have been doing, so we started off with a few workshops with some parents funded by the Chase Fund. And those workshops have been wonderful so far. We have been interacting with the parents and having them engaging in play activities. And can I tell you that they have been so elated about these games that we have come up with? Simple things that you would have never thought that would have caused adults to be so excited. We want to go back to playing. We want the 1, 2, 3 red light. We want the Chinese skip. We want the baseball, we want the board game, we want the puzzles. And these are things we have been initiating with
Oh,
parents,
yes.
interaction through play. It has been very, very fun. And even when we go into the communities, we would actually engage families, community members to just take part in playing activities, getting activities done with the children, get some baseball going. We have lost all touch with these things. So when we actually get back into the groove, the body start moving and we start getting back healthy, and the young minds are developing healthy, because we need to remember that play is important to the development of young children. So it is important that we initiate contact with the parents to let them know that play is important for the development of their children emotionally, physically, cognitively, and socially. So we continue to engage them through the workshop, telling them about the importance of play, and also initiating contact within the communities. We know that even though COVID is still there, We maintain the protocols as we go into the communities, interact with them, to just engage them and let them know that play is important and they should engage their family members and community members through play.
Okay. And the benefits and all of that were shared, and how it helps the family. You have any specifics on from your end? What was the response like in terms of?
Oh my goodness. The response, the benefits, they have been telling me that they're more happier when they're playing, when they engage in playing. They're starting to feel that little muscles kind of moving now and say, wait, that pain is no longer there anymore. Yes, man. And they will tell you that the stressors, the everyday stressors, it's not so stressful anymore. So these are the things that they let you know that if it wasn't a case that person we're not there to remind them that play is important, then they wouldn't have thought that these little things can cause me to feel so relaxed and calm and be able to actually interact with my children more. And the children are becoming, they're more able to trust the parents now and trust family members. When you initiate play, they will tell us that there is more cooperation in the family life as well. So everybody has gotten more excited and they're more happier and they're actually bonding more, which is something that we need in our society, more bonding between family, children, community, and all the individuals who assist in the development of our young children.
That's right. What you find is that it's pointless to engage the children and not the parents, or the parents and not the children. They have to come together at some point for it to really work. That's how the family unit works. Like that coming together.
Definitely.
Yeah, I love that. I could use some of that to work out some of these things.
We're going to have to rope you in, Mrs. Whitaker. We're going to rope you in one at a
Don't
time.
worry, I'm gonna find myself at one of those locations before this year of early childhood development is over.
Not a problem.
Yes, yes, because in engaging with your your team lead there in Clarendon to get this all together. Each time I call, she's out there and I'm hearing the excitement in the background and I'm like, that's it.
Yes,
It's so much
definitely.
fun and just listening to it. Can you imagine being there? Right. So I'm gonna make sure I take one of those tours to see
Definitely,
what's going
man.
on and get into the house because it's been a long time.
All right.
So what are some
Sounding
general
good
tips
already.
though on play? Karen? Yes, some general tips when it comes on to play for the parents.
When it comes on to play, it's not a matter of the adults taking charge of the whole activity. Remember, play is a child's work, you know. So we need to allow the children to take the lead when it comes on to play. So when they're doing that particular activity, you just step in and you follow their lead and be a part of whatever it is that they're doing. Follow their instruction. Once they're not doing anything that is causing any harm or danger, then you just follow the lead and you just involve yourself. And most people think that you have to take time out to play. No, you don't need to take time out to play. All you need to do is to just initiate a moment, take out 10 minutes out of a day, 5 minutes. You're cooking in the kitchen, that can be a play moment, you know. What? And it's also a learning moment too, because through play, we're also teaching our children. So we're in the kitchen cooking. I need 5 cups of water to pour into the flour. And they're counting, and it's a fun activity. They're integrated into the whole activity of what you're doing. When you're outside, it could be a
Right.
nature walk and you're having discussions and you're just involving yourself in whatever it is that they're saying to you. And you're also knowing what is going on inside of their little minds as well. And you may be surprised to know the things that they know when you start to actually initiate communication while out there in nature. So there are so many opportunities that we can use as adults, as parents, to actually initiate play with our children. And most of the time, some parents they get very jittery when it comes on to messy play. No man, messy play is good. Messy play is good. Let's get messy. At the end of the day, we are all having fun. And at the end of the day, we will all be happy. Because when we all get involved in play, I tell you, the excitement can done. And they will be able to trust you. They feel a bit more safer in letting you know if they're having any challenges. And you will also understand what emotions that they're having when you initiate contact with the children through play.
Indeed. And it gives you an opportunity to teach them to clean up after the mess, right? So you clean up together,
You
right? So
clean up
it's
together,
teaching
and that's a
the
fun
different
moment.
views. Yes, that's it. So it's
Definitely.
those little moments that you use to teach life skills. Eh?
That's an
That's
excellent
right.
point.
All
Yes,
right,
it
Nicole.
is.
Yes. Nicole Blake, hashtag play matters indeed. And it's just as rewarding for the adult as it is
Adults,
for the
for the
children.
parents,
And that's
yes.
how you develop healthy children too, because they're fostering, as you said, they building the relationship and they're more able to trust because there are too many children out there, young adults who are not trusting of others, especially older adults, because of the environment in which they grew up. And we need to change that. And that's why really embrace this year of early childhood development because that's where it really starts. Yes, Colette. Yes, Colette. So true play can be incorporated in many ways at home, indeed. So
Definitely.
many ways. And for those who don't love math, it's a fun way to engage them and they're learning math without
Yes.
even realizing it.
Even the domino
Right.
games that
So,
we play.
oh yes, yeah, because there was a time when the domino was considered adult game, right? And children are not supposed to be around when dominoes are being played. You're muted,
Not
Shawnit.
anymore. It can be it is a very fun way to actually teach the basic concepts, subtraction, addition. So these are things that we need to consider, look beyond the things that we knew in the past and look at it as a opportunity for us to
Right,
actually teach our children things and concepts through play. So the idea of the domino being an adult thing, you can bring it out, man, and we can use it for mathematical concepts. We can use it to understand how the brain is developing because it's also through play. You will realize that some children are not developing at the at the right age and stage. So there are some things that you will notice through play that okay, there is improper balance, there is a vision issue, there is a hearing loss, something is happening. So through play, you can actually observe your children, and you will actually see that something is wrong if there is an issue that you need to follow up on. So there are so many things that you can actually use play to actually see what is happening in the life of your child.
right. And I'm sure those are some key parenting skills, techniques, and that's where the Early Childhood Commission comes in because now you're going to be teaching us how to identify these signs because it's not so clear to us who are not trained in that area, right? So that's why you have your
True.
different
Yeah,
parenting sessions where you teach the parents what to look for, what the signs are, and those different things.
definitely.
You want
Yes.
to share some of the
Well,
things that the parenting side, some of the
all
activities?
right. So some of these basic ideas and basic things that we would teach throughout our parenting sessions. Most of the times, parents they get lost in the everyday living, everyday life, everyday struggles, and they're not taking note of what is actually happening in the lives of their children as it relates to learning and the different things that are being taught. So some of the things that we would teach
Oh, it seems as if Shawnette had some issues. Well, I could just piggyback since we're colleagues and I'm a little bit familiar with, some of the activities. I think Charlotte was really referring to making that connection despite the busyness at home. And so
Guys,
we
and
like both
understand.
back. Shawnette?
Oh, yes, you lost me for a minute or two?
Yes. Okay, that's fine. You
Oh,
can go
oh
ahead,
my.
Shawnette.
All
Yes.
right. Yeah, so I was actually saying that throughout these parenting sessions,
That's
we are able
teamwork
to
right there.
encourage and impart some of the key pointers that parents need to know in order to actually engage and understand what is happening in the lives of their children. So understanding what the concepts that are being taught in school, the curriculum, knowing what is going on. So when they come home, it's not only a teacher centered learning, it's also parent centered learning, so it goes both ways. So these are things that we encourage them to do and understand and know. So talk to teacher, because it's not only communication, not only goes to the fact that okay, the school fee is paid, they ensure the uniform is ready, they ensure lunch money is paid. No, it is an all-round activity. Know what's happening in the teaching and learning space, know what is happening as it relates to teacher-child relationship, teacher-parent relationship. So these are some of the things that we encourage during our sessions with the parents.
Awesome. Very important. And of course, just as I anticipated, the chat is going, and some really useful information being shared here. I trust you're all seeing what's going on there. All right.
Yes.
A lot of information being shared here plays an important part of a child's development. Hashtag play matters. That's top. Team ECC is out in their numbers. Natalia Williams, social interactions are developed through the experiences, and the environment is the place of engagement, whether home or school. It doesn't matter. Well, all that matters is play, right? Team ECC all the way. I love it, love it. Love to see the teamwork. It's a great sign for what's gonna happen during this year of early childhood development, because once you work together like that, it's just amazing what it is that we can achieve together. All right, so we have been hearing from Shawnette from the Early Childhood Commission. So let's hear from a couple parents. Cover this connection in her. A couple of testimonials. So let's hear from the parents what their engagement has been like, how they've benefited from the play, and what are some of the skills that they're able to see developing in their children. Let's hear.
Playing during the COVID-19 pandemic has been an interesting thing for me and my children. I have 3 boys, and boys love to play. And they actually like to play outdoor. So we have had the opportunity to go outside and play lots of games, from catch to sightings to just about any game that includes throwing a ball. They also like board games. So we've played Snake and Ladder and Uno, which are just absolutely fun games for children to play. And I've found that when the more the boys and I play together, the more relaxed they are, the more enthusiastic they are, and generally it helps them to just be more cooperative. So I think play has benefited us by just creating a more peaceful and calm atmosphere, a more balanced atmosphere. And the good thing about playing some of these games is that the children are learning, the boys are learning when they're playing. They're learning because when we play Snake and Ladder, they're learning about numbers and how to count and how to track their places on the game. And they're also learning social skills, how to respond to each other when they lose, how to cheer for each other, just skills to use with generally dealing with people. So I have found that play is very beneficial to me and my boys. They learn a lot, and it creates an atmosphere where they feel like they are loved and cared for because I'm spending time with them doing something that they actually love.
How do I facilitate play with my children? Well, we've we've acquired a set of dominoes. Well, not just for COVID. Their father loves domino, but there has been some domino time. There has been some card times. Plus, they have their regular toys. One loves building. One loves doing things like skating, and overall they kind of enjoy some of the same things. So there's a lot of outdoor time, a lot of bike riding, just literally running up and down. We happen to be blessed with a swing. They use that too, in terms of play, because you have to try to minimize the screen time, which sometimes they really want to get back to. But for my two boys, once they get outside, it's a go. um, when it is time for them to come back inside, sometimes that's an issue. So we encourage outside time, and lots of it, sometimes to the parents' detriment because of the things they may get up to. But them play in the water where we don't want them to, run yard, that kind of thing. And just sometimes we and them just sit down and just have some time, together, just kind of chit chat. For me and the boys, it has strengthened our bond, and yeah, it has strengthened bond with their father too. I forgot to mention football. Maybe not the full blown go out on the field kind of football thing, but that it engages them in ball play too. So that kind of thing. Sometimes one of the things we do is take them away from the yard when we can. If we're going to the Kingston area, we try to go to Emancipation Park, which they love, to just give them a time to just literally run around and expend some of the energy. Another thing is I try to focus on what it is that they said they want to become in life and use it as play or as a motivation to get them to do their work, because the online thing sometimes kind of depress them since they've been able to go to school in a blended approach. They are preferring face to face than the online, so sometimes you don't get as much from them when they come back online as they should. So you have to keep on motivating them, but just try to put out the effort as much as is possible. So I would say that it has caused the family unit to the bond to be strengthened, because they realize some things that you will and will not do. Sometimes they're putting some things together. I just join them, I help them to put it together or to make something or something of that sort. So it's a daily process, and as the different things become, as you see different opportunities offering itself for you to take them away from the norm of the screen, because the screen has become the norm, you utilize it as best as is possible. Skills I see being developed in them: Nathan is developing the aptitude to build and to come up with creative ideas. So he's always wanting to make something and to invent something and to see how best he can come up with something. That's definitely a skill. Also, the skill of drumming, a little bit more in terms of literally in terms of their musical prowess. Corey John now will dance, will run, will try to perfect like his skating skills. He's very active, could I say, from an athletic perspective, whereby he tries to do these other things that come more from a physical standpoint. So when you think about it, they do you see all kind of things. Their reading has developed. I try to push them to read. So as a matter of fact, I made them join the library. So it's different skills, but for Nathan on is clear aptitude to build, to make. Yeah, always making, always building, always cutting, which sometimes causes me and him to be in a problem. So always experimenting, which definitely causes me and him to be in a problem, because he has to be monitored, and sometimes his independent streak comes alive and he does not want to be monitored. But yeah, these are some of the skills that we see them coming up: more reading, more creativity, more athleticism, that kind of thing.
There you have it from the parents. So, Shawnette, whatever you all are doing over there, it's working because those just confirmed what it is that you were sharing earlier, right? And one of the things I clearly gleaned from those real talk from the parents is that the mother recognizes that each child is unique. We had this conversation the very first time when the ECC was on. Each child is unique, and as a parent, you're able to identify what each is different in, and then you wouldn't want to force them to be a part of something that they're not naturally interested in. Now it becomes more of a struggle than play, right?
So true. And you realize that
Yes.
the moods are different. The mood changes when you play. You have a different mood. It lessens the stress, lessens the stresses of life. Today we were playing at Region 7, and I tell you, it was so fun, different. Everybody felt their body telling them, you need to do this again.
I heard you all. You, I thought there were children at play, and then I learned that it was some of the bigger children that were outside playing. I was I was on the line at one point, and I heard you all having a whale of a time. So
It
I'll come
was
and join
fun.
one of
It
you,
was
please.
really fun.
I could hear it. I could hear it. Awesome. All right. So we're gonna switch things around a little bit before Lori shares. Let us hear from the practitioners, and then Lori, you can come in and share. One moment. Something just happened with my screen just now. All right, we're back. All right, so let us hear from the practitioner.
Hello there, everyone. I am Tamar Blair Robinson, an early childhood teacher at the Beulah All Age and Infant School. Since the start of this global pandemic, the trajectory of the education system has changed drastically. And as a practitioner, I had to change the way I teach and interact with my students, both online and face to face, wholeheartedly. How did I facilitate physical play online? One might ask. Let me tell you how. Well, I had to restructure my ways of teaching and learning and plan innovative ways of getting my students to play while they learn. This was not easy, but I pressed my way through and got my parents involved, which enhanced the whole process. My students were having fun while they were learning, and that was the mantra of my heart. Online learning became fun and engaging. I used various online tools such as Starfalls and Wheels of Names, just to name a few, to enhance the whole process. I created a space where my students could learn easily while having fun, and those moments they did enjoy. Let me share an example with you. I remembered teaching the students about the letter R. We used the online tool Wheels of Names to enhance the lesson. They would play the game by spinning the wheel online. When it stopped on an object that begins with the letter R, for example, rag or ribbon, they would have to do an action such as jumping, skipping, or clapping, and they would do this 3 times. Then they would hunt around the house to find that object that begins with the letter R. When they have found the object or the item, they would have to march around it. And knowing me as an innovative teacher, I would be clapping and singing online with them and allow them to march around the object and to tell me which letter that object begins with. So play is included in my lesson. And both them and their parents enjoyed this session. And this brought about a greater support, a greater parental support. And when you have great parental support, it enhances the learning and the students will learn better. With social distancing a major requirement from the public health and a player in stemming the spread of the virus, I had to change the way how I allow my students to play freely as well as during structured play. I sanitize all their playing equipment and materials before and after play. I sanitize their hands and ensure that their play areas are safe and conducive for play. I use color cones to set the perimeter fencing or boundaries for them to play within that safe space, so they cannot pass the boundaries. In structured play, I place them 5 feet apart using color code markers for them to stay at their own space or designated spots and have them own that space or that area so that we can adjust for the safety measures.
Right,
Again,
let's
the
see what's
cones are
happening
used
here.
for perimeter fencing, and of course, the play rules are encouraged. This the students enjoys, and they
All right, we got to get to the other one. Let's see if it will continue.
Hello there,
There are
everyone.
2
I am Tamar
institutions
Robinson,
that
and
shared.
early
Are you hearing me
childhood
clearly
teacher
from your
at
end?
the Beulah All Age and Infant School.
I'm hearing
Since the
you and
start
I'm hearing the
of
video
this
as well.
global pandemic, the trajectory of the education system has changed drastically. And as a practitioner, I had to change the way I
Okay,
teach
having a bit
and
of a technical
interact with
challenge
my
here. I trust it
students,
will be
both online
sorted out
and
in short
face-to-face,
order.
wholeheartedly.
Beulah All Age
How
was
did
sharing some
I
exciting
facilitate
ways out
physical play
there,
online? One might ask.
able to continue with
Let me
play
tell you how.
online. And I found
Well,
some of those
I had to
techniques
restructure
very
my
interesting.
ways of teaching and learning and plan innovative ways of getting my students to play while they learn. This was not easy, but I pressed my
Lori,
way
are you
through
hearing me?
and got
I
my
am.
parents
I am.
involved,
I'm also
which
hearing the video
enhanced
as
the
well.
whole process. My
I'm not
students
seeing.
were having
All
fun
right.
while they were
You're hearing the
learning,
video?
and that
Yes,
was
I
the
am.
mantra of my heart. Online learning became fun and engaging. I used various online tools such as Starfalls and Wheels of Names, just to name a few, to enhance the whole process. I created a space where my students could learn easily while having fun, and those moments they did enjoy. Let me share an example with you. I remember the
About technology.
Yes. But I'm sure participants would have
All
gone.
right. So, all right. So, while that is sorted out, we'll find some way to share the information. If not in this live, it will definitely be up on the YouTube page, so you can check to see the full clippings for this one and the play day. So we'll share those on the YouTube page so you can see all that the practitioners had to share and the fun that took place across the island on play day, February 2nd. And we still have some days in February yet, so we can continue to play, go out and join the fun and just keep active. All right, Lorian, let's hear from you as the training officer. Let's hear from you, Lorian.
Thank you. Thank you. I was just dying to speak. The conversation was so rich. I'm sure that Sean had pretty much summarized everything, but from our standpoint, from the training department, we had to try a delicate balance in terms of navigating this online platform with, dealing with COVID-19. So it's new for all of us. And so we had to look at what the needs were in terms of what our teachers needed, what our parents needed, and see how best we could design a plan that we could implement that could be effective. And still being sensitive to, data issues, connectivity issues, and the general issues that surrounded dealing with COVID-19. So for us, we wanted our teachers and our parents to note that even though we're struggling with COVID-19 and we're hearing about the social distancing, our children still need to play. We wanted to bring or drive the point that play is not separate from learning, which culturally, as Jamaicans, learn first and then you go play. And, we wanted to change that kind of narrative that when children are engaged in play, they are indeed learning. We wanted to bring across that it is healthy. And I think COVID has exposed what happens if we are very sedentary. If we're just sitting down for most of the time, then, less active, it has implications on our health physically. In terms of obesity, we would have recognized through studies, research conducted here in Jamaica that obesity is now an issue. And so we want everybody to recognize that, okay, physically play is beneficial, mentally as well, because sometimes we look at health as just, our bodies, but we have to look at our mind. And Shawnette would have, related to this, the de-stressing, because it relaxes you and you're having fun, mentally, that is a good space for you to be in versus always in a structured, rigid kind of setting, which, the virtual space can limit. But our teachers were dynamic, as you were seeing in the clip. They had to think outside of the box, and the training department just created a platform, a community for them to share ideas, to see what works best. And so far, so good. We have offered curriculum support consistently, where we showcase the benefits of play through the virtual space. Meaning, okay, if I am interacting with my children, I'm not seeing them because some of the cameras are off. Sometimes I don't hear from them. How can I still, support their development and their learning? and persons, would have shared that, we record little videos and send it via WhatsApp. Or when the parents come to pick up, we demonstrate what kind of activities they can engage with them. So we wanted to still have the best practices, the developmental appropriate practices being engaged despite, the limitations. And we really have to commend our teachers for, charging the way. They ran with the ideas, they shared a number of ideas. Um, I'm sure you'd have noticed even in the clip when they were playing 1, 2, 3 red lights, we still had a distance, but we're still playing. So the children are adaptable, they're flexible. So they would recognize that, okay, we
That's right.
say that we can't hug each other as much, but maybe we can do some virtual hugs or, there are different ways. And so we commend our teachers for really running with the suggestions that we would have shared. We had webinars from different platforms in terms of we had UNICEF supporting us. Dr. Tortilla, she shared the benefits of play, and that session was well attended, and persons gave the accolades that the information was well received. We had Dr. Thompson from Ministry of Education, who showcased how you still can engage in play and still develop your math skills. Because we just think math, you must draw 2 circles and then we see the 2. But how we make that connection with 2 in the real world to a child. Because we know that children need the concrete before they go to the abstract. So she brought that to the fore very beautifully. We had our diaspora supporting us as well, showcasing how it is that we can bring play alive in our setting. For the 24th of February, we will have another webinar, and we would have a mixture of experts, sharing with us again the value and benefits of play. So we look forward to that. We at the ECC are big on play because children learn through play. Play is a child's work. We try to sell it in terms of the benefits in terms of cognition. Children are able to problem solve more. We try to showcase it from a social aspect. Okay, they can regulate themselves a little bit better. And games like 1, 2, 3 red light is a perfect one. If you say go, I just want to run as fast as I can. But I am learning that with this game, I have to stop at certain times or I won't be a part of the game. So it helps me to regulate certain
That's it.
right. So when you break down even that one game, saying 1, 2, 3, it was what's 1, 2, 3. So children are making connection with math just by hearing the 1, 2, 3. Red light, we're looking at colors, science. So in that one play activity, we're working together as a team. I'm going to try beat you so socially, how do we respond when we win? How do we respond if we lose? In terms of physically, we're on the go. So naturally, you can see how that supports or benefits our children. So we just wanted in a practical way to show persons that through engagement in play-based activities, we are indeed supporting our children's learning. Yes. Any questions from your comments? I know I'm giving you a mouthful.
So amazing. No question. It's just a whole lot of support that's going on in the comments here. Natalia is saying reimagining play workshop. Good vibes.
Yes.
I suppose those are some of the workshops that you have had. Through play, children learn what no one can teach them. And I say, I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. And I say is endorsing what you said. And Nicole agrees with you. When children are engaged in play, they are learning. Yes, Karine says children learn through play. And I'm seeing you, Odette. I'm seeing you all, Andrea, teacher Tamar Blair Robinson concurring with what was shared earlier. I'm seeing you all. Thank you so much for participating. There's a wealth of information in the comments as well.
Your
Team
TVCC.
ECC in play. Yes, Andrea says great point. I love the breaking down of the game 1, 2, 3 red light. Yes, yes, Colette. The game 1, 2, 3 red light also teaches them to take turns. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. There's so many things that's there, and we just played these games growing up and didn't.
Yes.
We just wanted to have fun. We just love the outdoors.
Yes. And
All right.
I just wanted
Debbie
to add.
says you can. Debbie's saying, let's see if you can help me with this one. Debbie's saying that you can red light with traveling, 1, 2 landing, and let them put out their hands like playing. Okay, it's an interesting one.
Yes, and it sounds fun.
That's a very interesting one, Debbie. It should be. It sounds very engaging. Very engaging.
So they'll be
Yeah, we
flying
could do
around.
that instead of aerobics, right? Indeed.
It sounds like
Amazing. And play month is not yet over. So there are a lot of other activities, and I'm sure the practitioners will be out in their numbers, getting their game on so that they can continue to engage. And it was really great to see the children doing this, maintaining social distance while
Okay, I think Miss Witter was having some issues, but just to reiterate, what she was sharing, that it was really great to see the children out there physically playing. And we're saying at ECC, let's not limit them. So even if, God forbids, we're hearing about another lockdown, we still can reimagine how it is that we structure our learning environment to engage our children in play. I Spy is another very good one if you're on the virtual or in-person face-to-face space, where if the teacher wants to bring across, number 2, and she says, I spy 2 things. Can you get your 2 things? And the child would run out and go and try and, just to show teacher on camera her 2 things or his 2 things. That is play-based learning, where the child is making that connection with the concrete, in a fun way to learn abstract concepts. I really enjoyed the session, and oh, she's coming back. Great. Glad to have you back. I was just sharing,
right.
it was
Okay,
really
it
good
seems as
for
if I'm
them.
gonna have to appoint you as my official co-host, right? Thank you so much. I just love the teamwork around here. All right. So, indeed, because this is a collaboration between Serenity Resource Connector and the Early Childhood Commission,
Yes.
because we are intent on making this year the best year yet for our children and parents as we seek to build Brand Jamaica. All right. Thank you, Lori.
You're welcome.
All right. Not a problem. All right. That's integration at Debbie Alexander. Okay. All right. I love what's going on in the comments. All right. Our viewers are engaging. So please go through the comments. And there are a lot of fun stuff there, interesting information, a lot of sharing going on. And feel free, even after this live ends, continue to engage on the YouTube page so you can share ideas so other practitioners can learn from what you're doing, what has been working for you. Parents, go ahead and share what has been working for you. Ask your questions. ECC team will go there and respond, or I send it over to them and they'll respond accordingly in the different spaces. That's right. Still play and have fun while learning. Dancing is another fun thing to do online and face to face. That's right, Debbie. We need to dance some more. All right. Can you believe it? We are less than 5 minutes to the end of the hour. Time flies when we're having fun. All right. But this is the first in the series. We'll do this again, God's willing, third Thursday of March, April, May, June, July. You continue until December, thanks to the kind endorsement of Tait's Pharmacy right there in Clarendon and the program partners, Serenity Resource Connector program partners, Cousins Construction Services Limited, Sha-Gore Aggregates Limited, and National Self-Serve Wholesale in Clarendon for making this all possible. Thanks also to the very responsive Early Childhood Commission team, my collaborating partner. Yes, Andrea, thank you so much for helping me to produce this episode here. It's really an awesome teamwork that's going on, and I just thrive on these kind of engagement. And I firmly believe that if we all work together in supporting the different initiatives in this way, we can reach more and be more impactful. All right. Thank you for all who joined us live. For those who are watching the replay, thank you so much for your continued support. And for those who are just learning about the Serenity Resource Connector, welcome to the family. And we look forward to having you on board as we continue on this journey. But before we wrap, are there any final words from Shawnette, Lori?
All right. So even though we say it's play month, we say play all the way, whether month, year, whatever it is. Play, play, play as much as you can. Improve that mood, improve the muscle physique, improve the mental state. Just go out and play. All right.
Indeed. Oh Lord, now you let me feel like I need to go to one of those ECIs tomorrow. Oh, but I got work to do. All right, Lori, any final thoughts to share?
I just endorse fully what Shawnette says. Play every day. Get messy. Remember that the mess will go away, but the learning will always stay. Play, play, play.
I love that. The mess will go away, but the learning will always stay. All right. All right. Karine is saying play for the whole body. Nicole saying, well done, Lori and Shawnette. Yes, you ladies did a great job in representing Team ECC. All right. And let's just get this right here. We are family. All right. So this is it for this episode of the Serenity Resource Connector. We continue to play. Yes, the mess will go away, but the learning will always stay. Awesome. Thanks for dropping that there, Andrea. Right. So we continue to play, and playing involves dancing and all of those lovely things. We continue to show care, concern, and love, support for each other. Until we meet again, same time, same place, right here on the Serenity Resource Connector. Next week, we have the Custos of Clarendon joining us for a very engaging, enriching conversation. So do tune in, set your reminders when the link goes out, or you can just set your notification because you're already on YouTube. Set the notification bell. So each week when we go live, you can connect with us and hear what's going on. We share on education, occupation, income, wealth, community in general. That's what we do here on the Serenity Resource Connector, as we connect you with different services, resources from the various government entities and other service providers to help in the empowerment of our citizens. Thank you all again. Thank you, Lori, Shawnette, for sharing virtual space with me here this evening. All right, look forward to seeing you ladies again soon and to meeting you all in person one of these days, right? Have a great one. Continue to,
Definitely. And we will
yes,
play.
amen. Do continue to stay safe, and the clippings that we weren't able to see the full recording of, they'll be right there on the YouTube page. So do tune in so you can get the additional information. Yes, Rashida, Team ECC, well done indeed. God bless you all. Take care until next time.